Non-farm activities in Palampur. We have studied about the farming as the main production activity in Palampur. We shall now take a look at some of the non-farm production activities. Only 25% of the people working in Palampur are engaged in the activities other than agriculture. The first activity, dairy. Dairy is the common activity in the many families of the Palampur. People feed their buffaloes on the various kinds of the grass and the jowar and the bajra that grows during the rainy season. The milk is sold in the Raiganj, the nearby large village. Two traders from the Shahpur town have set up collection cum chilling centers at the Raiganj from where the milk is transported to faraway towns and the cities. Second non-farming activity is manufacturing at a small scale in Palampur. At present, less than 50 people are engaged in manufacturing in Palampur. Unlike the manufacturing that takes place in the big factories in the town and cities, manufacturing in Palampur involves very simple production methods and are done on a small scale. They are carried out mostly at home or in the fields with the help of family labor. Rarely laborers are hired. We will have an example of Mishrilal farmer. Mishrilal has purchased a mechanical sugarcane crushing machine run on electricity and has set it up on his field. Sugarcane crushing was earlier done with the help of bullocks, but people prefer to do it by machines these days. Mishrilal also buys the sugarcane from the other farmers and processes it into the jaggery. The jaggery is then sold to the traders at the Shahpur. In the process, Mishrilal makes a small profit. So students, we have to answer certain questions related to the Mishrilal case. The first question is, what capital did Mishrilal need to set up his jaggery manufacturing unit? So students, you know very well, without capital no business can be started. Here Mishrilal need two types of the capital, fixed physical capital and working physical capital. So according to the situation, the fixed physical capital may be in the form of sugarcane crushing machine, the first, and the second is the field or the place where he will install this machine. So the first sugarcane crushing machine he will purchase, but on the other side the field, it is of his own. It means there is no need to purchase any field, any shop to install this machine. On the other hand, working physical capital, he may require the sugarcane as the raw material. He will require the electricity connection as power. Then he will incur the transportation cost for purchasing sugarcane and selling the jaggery. So these are the various capital forms he must needed to do the business in the better way. Second question, who provides the labor in this case? Students, as you see this, it is the small scale manufacturing. In this case, the work is carried out mostly at the home or in the fields with the help of family laborers. Rarely laborers are hired in this case, so there is no requirement of hiring the labor from the outside. Third question, can you guess why the Mishrilal is unable to increase his profit? Yes, students, we can imagine the situation that Mishrilal is purchasing the sugarcane from the farmer as given into the case. If the Mishrilal will produce this sugarcane in his farmland, so definitely he has to incur the less, he has to pay the less cost for the sugarcane production, so it will increase his profit margin. Second reason by which he is getting the less profit, Mishrilal is incurring the transportation cost for purchasing the sugarcane from the farmers and also incurring the transportation cost for selling the jaggery to the Shahpur city. So these are the two extra cost he is incurring. First is purchasing the sugarcane from the farmer, or second is transportation cost. Third question, could you think of any reason when he might face a loss? Definitely, if there is increase in the cost of production, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, इस तरह की अगर कॉस्ट बढ़ती है तो उसका लॉस बढ़ेगा, तो उसको लॉस हो सकता है. या फिर इंक्रीज इन द रिपेयर एंड मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट ऑफ द मशीन, उसने जो मशीन इंस्टॉल करी अगर उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम बार बार होती रहती है, इट में इनकर द लॉस. और थर्ड जो बिगेस्ट जो बड़ा रीज़न है, अगर शुगर केन जो खरीदता है, इफ़ द प्राइस ऑफ द शुगर केन will increase and decrease in the market price of the jaggery, definitely this situation will be the cause for increase in the loss. So students, यहाँ पर सबसे बड़ा जो रीज़न है, अगर शुगर केन की प्राइस बढ़ जाती है और जैगरी की प्राइस मार्केट में कम हो जाती है, तो डेफिनेटली द मिश्रीलाल विल incur the loss. The last question: why does the Mishrilal sell his jaggery to the traders in the Shahpur and not in the village? So students, in the Palampur there is less availability of traders because many of the peoples belongs to the farming category. There are less availability of the traders who purchase the jaggeries from these types of the farmers, and these traders belongs to the cities, that is big cities, Shahpur. They are having the demand for the jaggeries, by which they will transform these jaggeries into the sugar and will sell to the different parts of the country. The third important activity related to non-farming activities, that is what? Shopkeeping. In the Palampur, the people who engaged in the trading are few. It means not many people are engaged in trading. The traders of the Palampur are shopkeeper who purchase the various goods from the wholesale market in the cities like Shahpur and sell these items into the village. As you see the small general stores in the village selling a wide range of the items like wheat, rice, sugar, tea, oil, biscuit, toothpaste, batteries, candles, notebooks, many more items. A few of the families whose houses are close to the bus stand have used a part of their space to open the small shops. They sell eatables. Here we are having the example of a Kareem, a farmer. Kareem has opened a computer class center in the village. In the recent year, a large number of students have been attending the college in the Shahpur town. Kareem found that the number of the students from the village are also attending the computer classes in the town. There were the two women in the village who had a degree in the computer applications. He decided to employ them. He bought the computers and set up the classes in the front room of their house overlooking the market. High school students have started attending them in a good numbers. So it is the case of Kareem. Now we are having certain question related to this case we have to answer. The first question: in what ways Kareem's capital and the labor different from the Mishrilal? We can see that in the Mishrilal case, the fixed physical capital are in the form of sugarcane crushing machine and the farmland which is self-owned. In the case of Kareem, the fixed physical capital in the form of computers and the room in which all these computers are installed, and this room is the self-owned. On the other hand, Mishrilal working physical capital in the form of sugarcane as the raw material, electricity charges, then the transportation cost incurred in purchasing and selling of the goods. In the case of the Kareem capital, electricity charges for operating or running the computers. Then after, the Kareem has to give salary to the two teachers. So these two teachers are in the form of laborers. So it is the different physical capital of Mishrilal and the Kareem. The next question is, why didn't the someone start a computer center earlier? Discuss the possible reason. Students, as we see that at present there is only two persons The next question, why didn't someone start a computer center earlier? Discuss the possible reason. The student, as we see the situation, at present there is availability of only two teachers, two persons who are having the computer knowledge, those who are having the degree in the computer application. So we can imagine that in the earlier time there was non-availability of any person to teach in these computer classes, and also there was non-availability of the students who want to get education of computers. Even in the recent years only, there has been increasing in the numbers of the students who are attending the colleges as well as computer classes in the Shahpur. The fourth non-farming activity, that is transport. It is a fast developing sector. There are a variety of vehicles on the road connecting Palampur to Raiganj. Rickshawalas, tongawalas, jeeps, tractor, truck driver and the people driving the traditional bullock cart and the bogies are people in the transport services. The ferry people and the goods from the one place to another and in return get paid for it. The number of people involved in the transport has grown over the last several years. Here students, we are having the story of Kishora. Kishora is a farm laborer like other such laborers. Kishora found it difficult to meet his family needs from the wages that he received. A few years back, Kishora took a loan from the bank. This was under a government program which was giving a cheap loan to poor landless households. Kishora bought a buffalo with his money. He now sells the buffalo milk, and further he has attached a wooden cart to his buffalo and use it to the transport various items. Once a week he goes to the river Ganga to bring back clay for the potter, or sometime he goes to the Shahpur with load of jaggery or other commodities. Every month he gets some work in the transport. As a result, Kishora is able to earn more than what he used to do some years back. What is the Kishora's fixed capital? Students, you can see here the Kishora is using buffalo for the milk production, as well as he is using the buffalo for the transportation purpose with the help of wooden cart. So there is the two fixed capital here. The first is buffalo and the second is wooden cart. Second question, what do you think would be his working capital? Students, here working capital by which he may arrange other fixed capital, other physical capital. So here he has taken the loan from the bank under the government scheme. In this scheme he has borrowed the loan at the lower rate of interest. So the borrowed amount, the loan amount is the working capital. Next question, in how many production activities is Kishora involved? So students, as you see, the Kishora is a farm laborer first, and he is selling the milk of buffalo. So he is doing the dairy activities, dairy farming activities. And the third is he is having the buffalo wooden cart. So he is using this for the transportation purpose. So Kishora's engaged in the three production activities. Number first is farm laborer, second dairy farming, and third is transportation of the goods from the one place to another. Next question, would you say that the Kishora has benefited from the better roads in the Palampur? The answer is yes. It will be helpful to Kishoras and the farmers like Kishora, because they may generate additional income by transportation of the goods in the whole year because of availability of all weather road. It means into the rainy season also the such type of the farmers or the transporters can do the transportation work. So definitely it will increase the additional income of such type of people.